Hello everyone, my name is Ren. I've been struggling with mental health issues ever since I was a teenager, and I've been working through these issues with a psychotherapist for about 4 years now. In this channel, I share my personal experience and skills I've learned to help you tackle issues like fear of abandonment, social anxiety, people pleasing, so that you could create and enjoy healthy relationships. If that is something that you're interested in, please subscribe so that you don't miss any videos. So this is the first video of a series of videos of core beliefs to work on in order to overcome social anxiety. Under the help of my therapist, I worked on every one of those core beliefs. So in this series of videos, I'm going to share the workbook questions I used and some sample answers from mine so that you could better understand how to use it either for self-directed healing or in therapy sessions. So let's jump right into it. This video is about the core belief that people are dangerous. It reflects on safety. And the next core beliefs are on undeserving. It sounds like, well, I'm a burden to people, like I don't deserve their time and attention. The third core belief is on being unlovable. This could sound like, well, nobody truly loves me if they know who I am. And the fourth core belief is on not belonging. You constantly feel like you don't fit in and you feel like nobody understands you. There are other core beliefs like, well, all people are gonna leave me in the end. People will hurt or use me. I'm inadequate. There's something wrong with me. I've already created videos on how to overcome those core beliefs when I was creating the series of how to overcome fear of abandonment. Don't leave just yet. You can check it out later. You can use it directly for healing of social anxiety because it doesn't matter if it's social anxiety or fear of abandonment or even people pleasing. All of those faulty perceptions combined with your negative experience operate under the subconscious mind of ours and drive us to make choices to restrict our life possibilities. If you work on the roots of those problems, you will find yourself open to more positive experience and interpretations of events, of people, and life. So this core belief that people are dangerous, it can sound like, well, people don't like me. They will judge and reject me. They will notice my anxiety and think that I'm a weirdo. They think that I am unattractive. They will speak badly about me to others. So the first workbook question asks you to recall the last time you experienced significant anxiety in social situations. Did you feel that people are unsatisfied with you or even hostile towards you? Describe why you feel this way and write down the details. Every relationship we have in our current life reflects models the original ones we have with our parents. If they make us feel welcomed to the world, if they accept us and love us for who we are, then we feel safe because we know whatever we do is okay, is accepted by the world. But on the other hand, if all we feel is emotional abandonment, if we feel rejections from them constantly, if they look at us with their contempt in their eyes, with disgust in their eyes, and that's gonna be how we feel about ourselves too. And that's gonna be how we think others, the world, are gonna feel about us too. Maybe the tone, maybe the facial expressions, maybe the frown of that person reminds you of the contempt and disgust from your father's eyes when he looks at you. Maybe the still face, the unresponsive attitude reminds you of the cold and distant mother you have who seems to be punishing you for not behaving well enough. Maybe someone wearing the same cologne as your father who abused you. So those details can trigger you into anxiety, into panic, into anger, into blanking out. It's the same response that you would adopt as a child. And that makes you highly unsafe when you're around people, when you're in any kind of interactions. According to trauma experts, therapists, and on my own healing journey, I've found out that knowing the triggers, knowing the why behind the anxiety can bring you great relief because you will start to realize that, well, it's not because that I'm inadequate. It's because something happened, and that makes me twist reality. And this is my answer. You can take a look and find out how to work on yours. When did you first experience that feeling of not being accepted by people? What relationship does it remind you of? How did you perceive it back then? After you've worked on the first question, this one can be relatively easy. The purpose of this question is to help you bring in everything to your consciousness as much as possible. And you should go back to as early as possible because there usually is a model that you base on. For example, somebody bullied you, somebody took advantage of you, somebody rejected you, or they said harsh things to you, or they made fun of you. If there's no supportive figure, there's no supportive environment to help you neutralize that faulty perception, to help you realize that, well, not all people are dangerous, not all people are bad, this is more likely to stick and grow as a snowball effect one day to paralyze you, and you just generalize that, well, all people are bad, all people are dangerous, they're gonna reject me. So it's very important for us to alter the perception from the original root. For me, what I wrote out is this. The third question, is it possible to interpret it differently now, in a more neutral or even positive way? When we're younger, our perception towards the world, our points of view can be quite fragile and be quite affected by people because we're just gullible, you know. If they tell us this, we believe that because we were innocent at that time. But as we grow, as we mature, as you're seeking out this content to overcome those negative beliefs, you have more power than you think. When we're willing, when we can actually provide alternative explanations, we're actually getting out of this fixated thought, of this fixated faulty perception. Through all of my years of psychotherapy and somatic therapy, I've learned that it's essential to involve your body in the healing process. When I took things personally, when I feel like my mom didn't love me and I took it as I'm a bad person, then when I have this thought, my body reaction would also go like this. I'm trying to curl in a ball to be invisible due to shame. My shoulder and my arm are gonna tense up, my heartbeat is gonna slow, and also I would have this sinking feeling of my stomach that resembles depression. The thought I'm unlovable, the emotion of depression, my body sensations, my body postures, all of those things combined gets me locked in this core wound of shame. But when you're trying to look at it in a more neutral or even positive light, you would have a shift not only cognitively but also bodily as well. For example, if you think, well, there's not issue with me, I'm lovable, I'm okay right now, there's gonna be a huge difference. Maybe for me it was like relaxing, you know, like I don't have to do anything anymore, I'm okay right now. People are okay, people are not dangerous. Then I feel like my tone softening, I feel like my body gets more relaxing, and my face just has a little bit of blush because I feel like I'm loved, I'm lovable. All of these things combined put me in a very different trail, because I started to perceive people as okay, and I started to perceive safety in relationships, and that's a goal of healing. The fourth question asks you to recall the times in your current life that you think others are unhappy or mad with you, but it turns out that you thought wrong. Because a lot of times our behaviors, our symptoms, our thoughts and emotions, they do not accurately reflect the reality. When I was doing my healing, I actually set it as a everyday practice to notice things that I do not accurately perceive. For example, there was one time my boss challenged me in a meeting, and all of those people, they were just looking at me, and I started to see their faces as hostile because I think they must be judging me, and it causes me to be even more scared in meetings. But then afterwards, I actually checked with a lot of my coworkers on that meeting. Well, how did I do? Did I say something wrong? Did I embarrass myself? And they were like, you did okay, you were okay. Your boss just asked for clarification and nothing personal. We weren't thinking much. It's just normal. So it's such a great relief to know that my perception is not 100% accurate all the time. So now in my life, I would do more of those verification steps just to make sure that I'm not taking things personally. And here we are at the last one, and this one is homework. For the next week, I want you to really notice your triggers first, and second, whenever you feel unsafe around people, when you feel that you're being negatively viewed, judged, or commented, or even being hostile toward, I want you to verify it. I want you to do as much as you can to get their answer, to get their explanation, and you will be shocked at how differently it could turn out. And the more experience like this you have, the more you will be able to stop taking things personally. and you will notice that your social anxiety degree just greatly drops. Alright everyone, I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanted to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.